Chapter 16. Happy trails to you. The next day, there's a heavy awkwardness in the ranch air, so thick you can almost taste it as you stand in the kitchen with Mandy. I can't believe Ryder is actually leaving this place. Life here won't be the same without him. I'm sure he didn't mean it. He was just trying to make a point. Ryder strides in the kitchen, a clipboard in one hand. As soon as he reaches you, he shoves it at your chest. Here, this is a checklist of the chores for the rest of the week. You'll need to work from the bottom if you want to get them all done in time. In time for what? He ignores you with a grimace and turns to face Mandy. Like I said, I'll make sure that Belle has everything she needs and that I don't leave you with any loose ends. Then I'm out. I'm leaving first thing tomorrow. But, Ryder, I haven't seen everything you have to offer yet. I still have so much to learn. This place is in your blood. I'm doing that one. Like you've said a dozen times before, Martina's ranch is your home. He crosses his arms over his chest and shakes his head, his lips compressed. This ranch was never in my anything. If Mandy made anything clear yesterday, it's that. Will you stop being so melodramatic, Ryder? I get it, you're mad at me. Not mad, just tired. Then take the day off. Take as many days as you want. Even though she speaks lightly, you can feel the tension in her every neat curve. But you can't leave us now. Not when we finally have enough funding to make this place a success. Tell him, Belle. Make him realize that this partnership is our chance to make all those big changes we've been talking about. Ryder flings up a hand before you can even open your mouth. Don't bother. The ranch might have money now, but what difference does it make? Mandy's made it clear that she's going to do whatever her dads say. You guys don't need me for that. Ryder, you know that... what's best for the ranch? No, I understand him. I can't do any of this without you. Clasp your hands together and cast an imploring look in his face. He's always been powerless to resist a plea for help. Please, Ryder. You know you're the heart and soul of this place. I'm the muscle, Belle. Not that a ranch is what I wanted to be the heart of. Mandy's vision for the future will do just fine without me. Ryder shakes his head, his expression growing progressively darker as the seconds tick by. I thought we were all on the same page, but Mandy obviously doesn't care about anything but the bottom line. How can you say that? The goats, petting zoo, ego garden, you threw it all away the second your daddies told you to. That's not a future I want, not anymore. Anymore? I've dealt with your lack of faith since we were kids. You always thought you'd do better, huh? I should intervene before things get out of hand. Let them hash it out. I hate seeing them like this, but it's not my place to intervene. You watch as Mandy marches up to Ryder and shows a finger at his chest. You want to leave? Strike out on your own? Then be my guest. But if you walk away now, I won't hire you back. Not even if you beg. As if I'd beg you for anything. Ryder powers out of the kitchen. You try to grab Mandy's arm before she can exacerbate the issue, but she's already chasing him. Can we just take a beat here? You follow them through the house as Ryder heads to the door and Mandy shouts after her, her whole body shuddering with frustration. I'm gonna make this ranch the best one in the region. Just you wait and see. Oh, I bet you will. All that was holding you back was me, right? Ryder stares at her for a long moment before turning on his heels and walking away. He looks as dejected as you feel. I only wish you the best, Mandy. I hope you know that. Ryder, wait. It's no use, Belle. If you need me, I'll be in the office wrapping up a few financial details. Good riddance, cowboy. You'll regret this. And he watches, trembling, as Ryder's out the door. Can you believe he had the nerve to talk to me like that? Don't you think you owe him an apology? I know you're upset with the way he's handling things, but She clamps her hand so tightly on the clipboard that it snaps in two. I'm not upset, I'm furious. I can see that. After everything we've been through together, all the ups and downs, Ryder still doesn't trust me. This is hard for everyone. It has nothing also to do with trust. Bullshit. You and I are still here, aren't we? He's just a scared little boy who runs away at the first sign of trouble. Mandy, he might overhear you. Good, I hope he does. I hope it makes him cry. You recoil at the tight, malicious note in her voice. If you didn't know any better, you'd almost think she believed it. Snap out of it, Mandy. Ryder doesn't deserve that, and you know it. I should have known you'd take his side. I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm just trying to make you see the reason. Drop your hands to her shoulders and turn her to face you. Hot, angry tears glitter in her eyes, close to falling. You're just as bad as he is. No one understands my point of view. When you don't do anything more than continue holding her, she sticks her lower lip out in a bratty pout. Don't look at me like that, Belle. It's my ranch and I can do whatever I want with it. Yeah, until your daddies tell you otherwise. Mandy, I need to kiss that bratty pout off your mouth. Find somewhere for you to sit down. Yeah, no, when people are being bratty pouts, they don't get a kiss. You start guiding her towards the dining table, your grip gentle but firm. I hear you, Mandy, I really do, but this outburst isn't doing anyone good. She falls to the chair with a plop, her eyes wide and her mouth even wider. Excuse me, outburst? You fold your arms and do your best imitation of Ryder's sternest glare. You heard me, and if you're going to act like a brat, then that's how I'm treating you. I've never seen the side of you, Belle. Most of Mandy's anger has faded away, but you maintain your firmness in your voice. Well, if you don't want to see me like this, go make up with Ryder and quit acting out. A spark kindles the air. She picks up an apple from the centerpiece and tosses it against the wall. Who said I don't want to see you like this? Oh, you literally are a child. It sounds to me like you need to vent some of those pent-up feelings. You're already ready to apologize. Her chest rises and falls in rapid succession as you realize what she's suggesting. She needs to vent those pent-up feelings before she's ready to apologize and maybe be taught a lesson or two. I think this diamond choice is really stupid, and I'm not going to pick it. You step back to give Mandy some space. You can't let Ryder leave like this, Mandy, not after everything you've been through together. You think he's being easy to work with all these years? You think I enjoy going to battle over every tiny change to the ranch? Yeah, actually I do, and I think you're going to miss him more than you want to admit. All of a sudden the tears she's been trying to keep at bay start to fall. Damn it, I'm going to miss that surly bastard so much. You wrap your arms around her shaking shoulders and wait for her to get a hold of herself. You ready to go talk to him now? I guess I can't let him leave without telling him how much he means to this place. And to me. You and Mandy head for the office, where Ryder neatly stacks a pile of papers on the desk. His glance is wary as you step inside. What now? Mandy and I had a long talk, and she has something she'd like to say to you. Her head hangs when she sees how hard Ryder's been working to leave everything organized for her. Belle is right. We're better than this, Ryder. Better than what? I can't let you leave like this. Not when we've been through so much together. No denying that. Well, can we put this behind us? Ryder looks between you and Mandy, his lips twisted into the beginnings of a smile. Okay, I don't know what you said to Mandy to get her to apologize, but it must have been something good. See, you don't need bounce chicka wow wow every time you want to make something happen. I never thought I'd live to see her grovel. Ryder. You two are impossible. You throw up your hands in an exasperated laugh. Oh, you guys can't even make up after a fight like normal people. Normal people are overrated. Yeah, screw those guys. Mandy holds out her hand, keeping it steady until Ryder slips his palm against hers and gives her a hearty handshake. Does this mean you haven't forgotten about that big send-off? You've been a part of this ranch for so many years. You deserve one last farewell just for you. Ryder softens where he stands, crinkling lines forming around the sides of his eyes. Of course I haven't forgotten, Mandy. How could I? Wait, what big send-off are we talking about? It's a Martinez Ranch tradition. A few of the closer ranch hands would gather around a huge bonfire to say goodbye. Oh, so he's still going through with it. It was awesome. We'd burn a bunch of old memories and then hold a lasso competition. We usually get pretty drunk too, but that part goes without saying. Tell me about the burning of memories. That sounds a little depressing, to be honest. It's not depressing at all. We've always believed that as your memories turn to smoke, they drift to the sky and surround the people who matter most to you. Huh. And Ryder really goes in for that kind of sentiment? He grinds a sheepish flush creeping across his face. It may be sentimental, but it's a tradition. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Well, I'll say this for being a cowgirl. Y'all throw a lot more parties than I expected. This one's less of a party and more of a ritual. But yeah, I never say no to a good time. We know. The tradition goes back hundreds of years. Even when you're separated by time and distance, it's a way to stay connected. Ryder rolls his shoulders in a half shrug. You can tell that he's trying to play it cool, but his mask slips a little. A cowboy's life tends to be a lonely one. Stuff like this helps. Sounds to me like this is something we shouldn't miss, for Ryder's sake as well as Mandy's. I'm in. Show me where to find the matches. Roaring flames, heavy ropes, and the two of you. Count me in. We haven't had a good send-off in ages. Then I'll start gathering the firewood. The three of you head out to the former goat pen, a bittersweet feeling in the air. I hate to see Ryder go, but at least he and Mandy aren't at each other's throats anymore. Ryder seems his usual self as he drags fire with the splintered mess from your petting zoo demolition and other debris to the field. Isn't this gonna set the whole ranch on fire? It has to be big or it doesn't count. Yeah, Belle, this is one area where size matters. But as soon as the pile of wood is assembled, Ryder hands you a lighter. You ready to do the honors, Belle? Your fingers brush against his as you accept the lighter. Your gaze is locking for a brief moment under the twinkling night sky. Ryder, I don't want it to end like this. You don't dare move your hand as the two of you stand toe-to-toe, your heart clenched tight in your chest. Are you sure about this? As soon as I light this fire, there's no going back. You can do it, Belle. You're the one of the strongest people I know. Fighting back a wave of emotion, you touch the lighter to the kindling, the bonfire roars to life. The crackling fire shoots up so fast that you can't help but stare mesmerized by the dancing flames until Ryder coughs gently behind you. You ready for the lassoing? I got my favorite rope ready. A thick coil of rope hangs around his shoulder. He hefts its weight easily, as if it weighs nothing. How does it work? Tradition says that Ryder gets to pick what we lasso. The greater the challenge, the better. Too bad there's no such thing as a challenge where I'm concerned. I can rope anything on 4 legs. In that case, we should have to rope something on 2 legs. Ha! I love it. What did you have in mind, Belle? We should lasso... the hottest cowboy in Stearns Valley. Yeah, why not? Maybe if I rope you tight enough, you won't be able to leave. It takes a lot more than rope to hold me down. Mandy takes the lasso from Ryder and starts coiling it around her arm. Ryder's all talk. Come here, Belle. I'll show you how it's done. With an exaggerated step, Ryder swaggers to the far end of the field, where he stands perfectly still as he watches the sky. Do your best, you two. I'll make it easy on you and not even move. Mandy hands you the rope. It's heavier than you expected, but she's quick to kick your legs open to steady your stance. Just pretend he's a stubborn ass, and the rest will be easy. I don't need to pretend. I know exactly what Ryder is. You turn to Ryder with a laugh. He yawns into his fist as you prepare to throw the lasso, and set it loose across the field, grunting. Ryder tries to duck, but the rope hitches around his shoulders. Well, I'll be damned. Belle is as good as this. She is everything else. You feel exhilarated from the lassoing, but as Ryder lifts the rope away and starts winding it up again, the weather shifts. You shiver as a light breeze whistles down from the mountain. You wrap your arms around your midsection for warmth and walk back to the fire. Cold, Belle? I'll never get used to how chilly it gets once the sun goes down out here. Live out east, you'll realize. It's all part of the charm. If you want to stay warm, you gotta earn it. He stretches his long legs out in front of him as he settles on a log next to the bonfire. Mandy takes one look at him before joining him on the opposite log, careful to tuck her hair behind her ears as the wind whips and plays with it. I'll snuggle up with, well, since Ryder's leaving. The moment you're close enough to feel the heat rising off his body, he hooks her arm around your waist and pulls you next to him. I guess you're not as impervious to the cold as you pretend. I just don't want you to freeze to death, that's all. The scent of him is musky, warm, wrapping around you like a blanket. The fire leaps and crackles in front of you. Your thigh presses against Ryder's as he tangles his fingers with yours. This is the part I hate the most. No, you don't. You love lighting things on fire. Okay, but flame part is fun, but letting go is always so hard. She digs her hands in her pockets and extracts a stack of notes scrawled with your own handwriting. What's that? They're the notes you took at the meetings with my dad. She tosses the scraps of paper into the fire one by one, watching as they go up in a cloud of smoke. Ryder's right when he says I've lost my spark. The old me would have never caved so easily. Burning those took a lot of guts, Mandy. I'm proud of you. He lifts the lasso that you just used from the ground and starts sliding it through the fire. Her fingers. Now it's my turn. You can't burn that. It's your favorite. A pained expression flickers across his face, so brief you almost miss it. Yeah, but I'm moving on, remember? Besides, y'all just used it. Maybe I'm just being sentimental sap, but wherever I end up, it'd be nice to have the three of us connected this way. He tosses the rope into the bonfire. It flares in a hot burst before settling back down again. You reach down and touch his leg, your fingers pressing gently into the hard, muscled heat of his thigh. Oh, shucks. I think you might be turning into a romantic. Tell anyone else about this and I'll deny every word. Well, Belle, we both put our hearts on the line. Now it's your turn. No pressure if you're not ready yet. It's okay. I'm ready. The strength of your own voice surprises you. There's something so inspiring about being here with Ryder and Mandy. And all of us just being vulnerable together. You pull out the page from Ranch Life magazine out of your wallet. Cal's ominous red markings visible through the creases. Cal sent this to me to intimidate me, to scare me. Too bad. I refuse to hide anymore. You consign the page to the bonfire. The moment the red markings start to melt, you can feel your spine straightening. I'm not the same person I was with Cal. I'm stronger now. I'm better. Ryder turns to look at you, a strange gleam in his eyes. You already seem pretty great to me. You feel braver than you have in a while. Ryder's leaving, and your future with Mandy is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. Now that Ryder and Mandy have given me the support I need, I can face anything. Even though it's late, Mandy heads out to perform a few chores around the ranch before Ryder's final goodbye. I'm gonna have to get used to doing this kind of thing myself. Might as well start now. You two can head back to the cabins. I'll make sure the barn is secure before bed. She takes off with a smile and a wave, though her shoulders slump as she heads in the direction of the barn. I guess that just leaves the two of us. You wind your arm through his and walk back to the cabins. The night air is soft, sultry, and stars twinkling in full force. Instead of his usual long-legged, energetic stride, he goes slowly, taking in everything for the last time. I sure am gonna miss this place. And I'm gonna miss having a real friend at my back. You wrap your arms around your midsection, even though you're not cold. You were a tough boss, but I always knew I could count on you for anything. I'm moving on to a new job, Belle. I'm not dying. You shake your head, unable to explain just how much Ryder has helped you these past few weeks, even though it feels like months. I don't think you realize how rare this kind of thing is for me. Reach for the door to your cabin. Ryder stands back and waits until you unlock it and step inside before following you. The sight of your tiny, cozy living quarters seems to bring the mood down even more. Ryder takes it all in with a heavy sigh. God, I was so young when I came here. So optimistic. But you're not optimistic now? He tilts his head to study you, his tone soft and warm. A few months ago, I'd have said I had no hope of anything. But I've gained a lot of confidence lately, especially when it comes to stepping outside my comfort zone. He grabs you by the belt loop, tugging you a few steps forward. You can feel his chest rumble against yours as he struggles to find the right words. I never thought I'd see the day I'd stand up and give a presentation in front of a bunch of suits, but I did because of you. Don't forget about, yeah, we'll do the magazine spread. In case you forgot, you're kind of a big deal now. I bet folks everywhere you have up on their walls. Me, when you're standing right there for them to oogle. He tugs you close until your hips touch. You feel his arm sliding around your waist, his hands taking your ass firmly. You're the big deal, Belle. Don't you know that by now? Your heart leaps to your throat and stays there, causing a dull, aching throb to take over. I can't believe this is the last time we'll have a moment like this. I've learned a lot about myself these past few weeks, including especially what it means to care for another person. He lifts his head and the light hits him to reveal the hunger in his eyes. I'm gonna miss the hell out of you, Belle. I hope you know that. His breath ghosts over your parted lips and down your jawline, carrying with it the promise of so much more. It would be easy to lift your mouth to his and let his hunger win. Just one last time. Yeah. I'm gonna miss you too. You pull him in for a long hug. Thanks for giving me a soft place to land, Ryder. I'll never forget it. I don't think anyone's ever called me soft before. He returns your hug with a hearty pat and a laugh. But just this once, I'll take it as a compliment. Walk Ryder to the door of your cabin with a heavy heart and a determination not to let it show. Forcing a tight smile, you swing open the door, only to find that the porch steps are already occupied. Quick, punch him in the face. What? Hello, Belle. Happy to see me? Not really. I knew that was going to happen, but, I was just hoping that, Ryder would be like a Super Saiyan Goku on Ultra Instinct and just BAM! Right in the face. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy this content, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out. Plenty of ways to support. Otherwise, this is what I think about this chapter and kind of this book, but here we go. Um, I've seen a lot on television where, if someone's leaving, for instance, like Starship or Star Trek Discovery or, a lot of other shows where someone's like going away, they'll have one last hurrah where, they bang it out and then it's like, bye. It's always weirded me out where people have relationships like that. Like, hey, we're breaking up. Let's have sex one more time. It's weird to me, and it just makes no sense. So hopefully someone maybe can explain it to me in the comment section, right? Or maybe someone could maybe just explain it to me, period. If you just don't want to explain in the comment section, hey, feel free to reach out to me in the DMs. But otherwise, it's just always weirded me out, and just I don't understand it, right? I really don't. And also, I've never had any of those experiences myself. Normally when a relationship or whatnot is over and two people are parting their ways, no one's like, you know what, I just want to do it one more time. No, it just doesn't make sense. I guess in a way it's fictional, but correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if you yourself have done that. Something tells me now that Cal showing up will, not be Ryder leaving. Or perhaps he still will after beating Cal's ass. One of the two, I don't know. I don't really care. Um, I feel like this book is very quickly coming to an end. I really doubt there will be a continuation, but who knows? Maybe there will be another continuation in another way, kind of like they brought the other characters from the other book that are kind of linked to us. To be like, hey, look, we still exist. Kind of like the high school book. Other than that, I have no vested interest in this book. I know a lot of other people don't either, and quite frankly, at this point, I think a lot of us are just reading this book just for diamonds. That's about the best way of putting it. So, once again, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.